Welcome everybody to an edition of WCW 2006 here in TW9 as it's time for our go-home show for Nitro, a go-home show for Fall Brawl rather, as we have got our big main event as it's going to be Bully Ray, Alex Wreight, and Southern Syndicate taking on Ken Anderson, The Truth, Matt Sydal, and US Champion Shelton Benjamin in a big 8-man tag, and we get that graphic which gets a 72. And then we get the match, our first match of the evening, which is Jimmy Rave, who's competing in the big 4-way elimination match for the cruiserweight title, defeating Ishiro Tajiri. It says by submission, but we're going to go with the Shining Wizard for the win. All-out match, wrestling rating of 64, requiring a 46, segment of overall for 64. Tajiri gets a 65, Jimmy Rave gets a 65. But then in the post-match, Cass Riley comes for the attack along with Misty, but then Xavier and Maverick make the save. But in the fracas, Maverick accidentally hits Creed, and then as Cass Riley, rolls out, holding his title up, Jim Rave tries to play Peacemaker as he enters put over the big, the big cruiserweight title match between these four men, where the one man can walk out the champion. Cassidy attacking got a 47, Xavier and Maverick making the save got a 49, and Maverick accidentally hitting Creed, with Ray playing Peacemaker got a 58 for an overall of 51, which, sounds about right for this cruiserweight division currently. And we move forward as Jeremy Borash is with Jeff Jarrett and Lance Storm. And, Jeff Jarrett basically says, Borash, let me tell you something. This ain't my first rodeo. I've seen disrespectful punks come and go in this business, but the Chosen, they're a special kind of low. Divine and Tolan walk around acting like they own this business. Spending on the legacy of those passed away when I brought you into this. And you know what? That's fine, because some Fall Brawl, Lance Slayer going to teach these boys a lesson they'll absolutely never forget. You see, I grew up in this business, at the feet of my father, and men like Jerry Lawler, the Fargos, and even Bill Dundee. And Lance has wrestled all over the world, from Calgary to Japan, to even ECW. And we both respect this business, because you don't respect just by running your mouth, even though I like to do it, or trying to be the loudest guy in the ring at the end of the day. And at Fall Brawl, we're going to show the Chosen what it means to respect the sport and the men who built it. Because you see, tradition is what separates WCW from the pack. It what separates guys like me and Lance from guys like Divine and Toland. We helped build this company, and you want to treat it like our playground? Now they didn't happen to slap nuts. They may be talented, I'll give them that, but talent without respect doesn't mean squat. We're not everybody why we're still here after all these years. And Storm steps and says, and let me add to that, I know what Chosen are trying to do. They can make enough noise. If they disrespect enough people, will get attention. But attention doesn't win matches. Divine and Toland are about to find out. That's when you step in the ring with real professionals who live and breathe this business. So do your best, but you're facing a multi-time world champion, and a man like me has won every belt but the world title. So good luck. And then it steps and says, Divine, Totally Ferocious, I know one thing, when you step in that ring, listen, we're about to teach you one to carry those your careers, and you play dirty, well, Lance and I can get a little creative ourselves. So choke on that, slap nuts. So, solid promo from mostly Jarrett there, on the big match coming up at the pay-per-view between them and the new Chosen. Or Chosen, keep on reading it. That's what I actually worded it that way. But good stuff. And then we move forward with Ken Anderson entering Eric Bischoff's office. And, Bischoff's like, what can I do for you, Ken? Keep it quick, I've got a show to run. And Anderson's like, quick, ever since that Battle Royal, Wright has been a thorn in my side. We've gone back and forth, week after week, and now, we got a match at Fall Brawl. Bischoff, you and I both know a regular match won't cut it. Not with this guy, not with what's at stake. And Bischoff's like, okay, then what do you want, Ken? And he's like, I want an I Quit match. Think about it, Bischoff. No flukes, no excuses. No Alex running his mouth about how superior his wrestling's got him to win. No Anderson saying I was screwed to some cheap trick. Just two guys in the ring beating the hell out of each other until the other one says, I quit. And Bischoff's like, I like it. I quit match. It's dramatic and intense. Exactly the kind of thing people pay to see. All right, Anderson, you got your match. I'll make it official. And Anderson's like, good, because let me tell you something, Bischoff. Anyhow, like me, I don't quit. Ray can talk all he wants about being better in the ring, but at Fall Brawl, he's going to do what he's best at. Losing to me. Because I am Ken Anderson. So there we go. Solid promo from Anderson there. Only 3 minutes, so that limits it. But still good stuff. And then we have America's Most Wanted taking on Inkyo in a big tag team match. As, back and forth match. It looks like, Kenzo and Yang are actually doing well, but AMW are making the comeback. But, I forgot to add a storyline to this. Oh, well, not the end of the world. Anyway, sorry, I just totally thought about that as I was doing the match. Anyway, regardless, back and forth match, but eventually Ric Flair comes down, starts, talking to Stacy at ringside. That gets Yang upset, and Yang then walks right into a catatonic from Chris Harris, which allows NW get the win here as we move on to their big title match against O'Hare and Palumbo at Fall Brawl. WrestleMania of 70, crowd rating of 63, segment rating of 67, not bad. Storm gets a 79, Harris gets a 75, Yang gets a 73, and Kenzo gets a 52, so he's getting there. Then post-match, Ninkyu are upset off the outside as Flair struts. And then we're backstage as Bully Ray's now in Bischoff's office. And, Bischoff's like, what's it now? Most people knock. Bully Ray's like, knock? I'm here to play nice, Bischoff. I know what you're going to do about me and the truth. Last week, a couple weeks ago, you got the pin on me, and I don't care what you think about me, but I just were a fair fight with that guy, so it's going to be a Fall Brawl. And Bischoff's like, okay, you want the truth? You'll get him. But not just in any match. I'm going to make it Falls Count Anywhere in St. Louis match. And Bully Ray's like, Falls Count Anywhere? You're actually giving me that? What's the catch, Bischoff? And Bischoff's like, no catch. Do I like you? Not particularly. Do I think you're the kind of guy I won't represent the WCW? Absolutely not. But what I do care about selling tickets and pay-per-view buys, and the truth brawling all over St. Louis from the Arch to the Mississippi River, that's money. And Bully Ray says, damn right, it's Fall Brawl. I'm going to show you exactly why Bully Ray is the guy who puts asses in seats. Truth's already ready because I'm bringing a war to St. Louis. And Bischoff says, good. Just remember, Ray, I don't care who wins. All I care is making this fight. People won't forget. Now get out of my office. So again, good angle here as this gets a 75. And then we're cutting backstage with the babyfaces before the main event. Let me see here. What hurt this? Okay, no, I just rated everybody, which probably shouldn't have been what I did, but hey, what it is what it is. So, backstage we got Ken Anderson, The Truth, Shelton Benjamin, and Matt Sydal, and Ken Anderson says, well, look at this. You got 4 of the finest athletes WCW has standing right here tonight. It's all about making a statement. Right, oh Alex, you've been running your mouth for months now about how superior you are, about how I'm just a loudmouth, but here's the thing, at Fall Brawl, I'm gonna get you in that I Quit match, so I'm gonna about who's better man is, because when I lock you up, when I grind you down, and I make you scream those 2 beautiful words, I quit, every single person watching will know who the real superior wrestler is. And the true substance is, Bully Ray, let me tell you something, you want to talk about hardcore, you talk about brawling, and you're gonna take me down at Fall Brawl? No, you see, you don't know what you're dealing with. I gotta fight for everything I got. So when I go to the street St. Louis, 5 by me, we can brawl in the ring, out of the ring, in the stands, in the parking lot. Hell, we can fight all the way to the Mississippi River. The truth is, at Fall Brawl, we're gonna find out what happens when we step in the war zone with wrong killings. And the truth is, you ain't got what it takes to stop me. And then Matt Sydal steps up and says, Noble, Gordy, you two might have thought you got the upper hand last week, and yeah, maybe you did. But guess what? That's not gonna happen at Fall Brawl. I've been a tag team champion, I've been cruiserweight champion, and now I'm ready to take the next level. Shelton, nothing personal. You had Targar on your back, but Noble and Gordy, they're in the crosshairs. That's for the match Fall Brawl. It's my time to prove I belong in the upper echelon of WCW. And tonight in the 8-man tag match, I'm going to give everyone a little preview of what's to come. And then Shelton steps up, holding the U.S. title and says, Sydal's got it right. I got Targar on my back, but let's get one thing straight. I won't have it any other way. Noble, you think you've got me all figured out? Gordy, you want to back him up and make it 2-on-1? Go ahead and try. Because at Fall Brawl, I'm going to do what I do best, prove I'm the best wrestler in this company. And Sydal, I respect you, I do, but just like told Noble and Gordy when that bell rings, respect goes out the window, this title isn't going anywhere. Sydal nods, and then Anderson finishes up and says, and that, ladies and gentlemen, why tonight's main event is going to be big time. Right? Bully, Southern Syndicate, you got no idea what you're walking into. You're looking at the future of this company, the cream of the crop. So I hope you're ready, because tonight we're just going to beat you, we're going to embarrass you in Fall Brawl. Oh, Fall Brawl, it's game over. And in case you forget the name, the guys who make Alex Wreight quit at Fall Brawl is other than Mr. Ken Anderson. 66. Unfortunately, I actually rated everybody. Not at the end of the world here, but still solid stuff. As we build to the main. And then we have Celine Cartier basically destroying Lila Vivez in 5 minutes. Lila gets her best, but she's, sort of an undercard worker at the moment. She gets a couple of hope spots, and eventually Cartier, our women's champion, hits Celine Steve right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3 in a little over 5 minutes. Wrestling rating of 58, crowd rating of 50, segment rating of 61, and then Cartier gets a 65, Vivez gets a 51. And then post-match, Cartier goes to hit Vivez with an assistive, but Gail Crow runs in her, knocks her down, and then drops her with the defeat to a big pop as the Hunters put over their facing off the former women's title at Fall Brawl. Hold on, I'm just double checking my pre-booking here. I do have that. I do have, okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I really do feel like I'm creating a match here, but I'll figure it out. Oh, right. I mean, I don't get any credit for this, but yeah, here. Let me. Right? Yeah, okay, it's not on here. I should have totally added it sooner, but not the end of the world. So we got Jeff Jarrett Lane Storm versus Tank Tolan, and your friend and mine. Right. Oh, yeah, Simply Duh. There we go. Knew I forgot something. Anyway, 71, not bad. And then we're backstage with Captivation as Penny Grable talks about how, Lizzy Dumas, or should I say, the Queen of Smoke and Mirrors, we think we've forgotten about you, about all the attention you've stolen from women like us, who spent years perfecting our craft in this ring. No, Lizzy, you didn't earn your fans through grit, through passion, or through talent. No, they cheered for you because you wanted to see your little moonsault in a thong, peeking out of your shorts. But I taught these women not to follow anymore, that you were a false leader. I took over Captivation. So you stand there in a little bubble, think you're untouchable, think that moving the revolution or winning Fall Brawl is going to erase the truth. The truth is, you've always been style over substance. The spot you seek you've earned is a reflection of years of cheap tricks and fake respect. Meanwhile, I, Penny Grable, the picture of class and excellence, have been overlooked because I choose myself dignity, so that my talents be not my wardrobe. And then Lexi says, Lizzy always been a one-trick pony, but tonight, Penny's going to show the world that wrestling is about bending over people's attention, but maybe you can do what you do best, staying out of the way of real talent. So, and then Penny says, tonight, I'm going to prove why I'm the standard of Clash in the division, and Lizzy, you'll just be another name amongst the women who aren't good enough to stand in my shadow. So, good stuff. 48, unfortunately, not the best promo. Again, there's some stuff that is basically being rebuilt here because TEW 2020 was a little nicer. So, the women here have to get built a little bit. And then we're backstage as AMW are backstage after the match. And O'Hara and Jindrak, step over them. AMW look like they're ready for a fight. But, O'Hara's like, well, boys, we're not here to throw hands, at least not yet. Save it for Fall Brawl, huh? We actually just wanted to have a little chat. And Harris is like, we got nothing you want to say here. And Mark's like, well, that's the thing, Harris. You need to hear us. See, you guys think you're still top mountain, think being, 4-time tag champs gives you some kind of automatic edge over us. Newsflash, boys, this mountain belongs to the Thrillers now. And what we saw out there tonight just showed it. Because you see, you barely beat Yang and Suzuki, and you need the help of Flair to do it. And so it was like, we were doing fun before Flair got involved. And the thing is, yeah, they were giving us trouble less because they're a top tag team. But at Fall Brawl, we're going to show that you guys got lucky to win those titles in the first place. And this division is still ours. And if you think you're going to walk over us, sorry about your damn luck. And Howard just sort of laughs. Say what you want, but here's the deal. We're not attacking you tonight, not because we're afraid, because we don't need to. Because you'll never be good enough to beat us, no matter how healthy you are. So get ready, show up at Fall Brawl. When you lose, just remember, we told you so. 65, not bad for a short little segment. And then we have our big moment, big stuff thing here, as we have Monty Brown coming down to the ring to a big, heel pop, and he says, cut the music off, cut it off. I don't even know this noise distracting me what I'm about to say. See, we're just 6 days from Fall Brawl, but here I am still putting in work on Wednesday when I take over little Ray over in Revolution. But don't worry, he's going to find what happens when we step into the Serengeti. But tonight, I'm here for something bigger. I want to come out and talk to you, Goldberg. Yeah, I'm calling out right now, Billy, because these people are very backstage need to hear this straight from the king of the Serengeti himself, from the baddest on the planet, from the leader of the Alpha Ascendancy, from your WCW World Champion. Boo. So get your ass out here and let's have a little chat. Cue Goldberg coming down to the ring, and he takes Mike and says, Monty, you got something to say to me? Then say it. Mike's like, oh, I got plenty to say, Goldberg. Let's start with this. Bill, you're living in the past. These people might chant your name. They might buy your t-shirts, but deep down they know the truth. The truth is you're not the unstoppable monster you used to be. You're not the man anymore. Hell, you've never been able to handle the alpha male one-on-one. Let's run it back. 2 matches between us. What happened? The first one was a draw. Second one, I beat you. 1, 2, 3. The reality is, you've never beaten the alpha male. You can throw spears all you want, all the jackhammers you muster, but I am king of the Serengeti, and this right here, as he holds up the title, this proves I'm the baddest man on the planet. Your time is over. It's my time now. And Borg takes the mic and says, you know, Monty, you might just be right. Since I lost the world title 3 years ago, I've gone 2 shots at getting it back. And yeah, I came up short both times. They weren't 100% clean losses. There was a lot of moving parts, but excuses, I'm not about to make excuses. The truth is, I've been distracted. Maybe I've lost a step. Hell, maybe I've lost more than a step. But that's why, after I beat Bully Ray, I demand this match at Fall Brawl. I demand this match because I need to know. I need to know deep down if I still got it, if I'm still the man. But trust me, Monty, you're going to find out real quick that I'm not here to play games. I'm here to prove to you, to myself, everyone watching, I've still got what it takes to stand at the top. And Monty says, oh, I'm going to enjoy this. And you're going to prove? That's cute, Billy. But let me tell you something. You're walking in my Serengeti now. At my jungle. At Fall Brawl, I'm bringing the pounce. And when I'm with you, you're going to wish you stayed retired because, Bill, you're next. And we're like, oh, I'm next? Good. We'll just find out who's next at Fall Brawl. Good stare down, 86, good stuff. Probably honestly should have scripted that, but not the end of the world. But yeah, Monty calls out Goldberg, got a 70. Monty and Goldberg got a 91. Then Goldberg responding got an 82. So not bad. And then we got Flair backstage with Lashley and Claudio, basically telling him, that's what you need to do. You see the message I sent, that's what I'm talking about. That's what it means to be evolution. You see Target taking out, no mercy, and no effort. Yang, he didn't know what hit him, and that's just the beginning. We're going to make sure that when people talk about the future of this business, they're talking about evolution. And Stacy steps in with Eric Bischoff, and she says, Rick, I hate to interrupt your little motivational speech, but we've got a problem. And Flair's like, whoa, we got a problem. Let me guess. Nico doesn't like losing, and you're to whine about it, baby. And, Eric says, actually, no. You see, at the end of the day, I don't care that much about you interfering, Rick. It's all about part of the business. But let's be honest. I don't like you. I've never liked you. So if I gotta make a decision on what to do between you and her, as he looks over at Stacey, I'm gonna side with her. So next week, right here on Nitro, it's going to be your boys of Evolution taking on Ninkyo in a rematch. And Flair's like, good, that's exactly what I want to see. Stacey, well, you and your boys are busy trying to be on. Well, you and your boys are busy, or you're proving why Evolution is just a name. It's a statement. So next week, when my guys step in the ring with years, it's not going to be a match. It's going to be a changing of the guard. And both Stacey and Eric leave, and Flair turns to Lashley and Claudia and says, that's opportunity knocking. Next week, we're going to open the door and slam it right in their faces. Get ready, boys. Evolution about to run everybody why we're heading to the top. Woo! 64, not bad. Again, 64, which isn't bad for a 3-minute backstage segment. And then, yeah, okay. So, I have some bad news for you guys. The Fallen Angel Redrum match did not go to a perfectly clean win. So, back and forth match, as you'd imagine, because Toro, Stamboli, Redrum, whatever you call him, isn't that bad, especially. Did I make this as Wild Brawl? No, okay, actually regular. Maybe it would have been better with Wild Brawl. Anyway, regardless, back and forth match, great heat, good wrestling. But as you can tell, the moment Redrum, is strong early, wasn't brawling in power, but eventually Fallen Angel comes back, hits the best moonsault ever, hits the what does he call it? It's not the roll the dice because that's the actual name. I'll look it up. Anyway, he goes for the angel wings, and that's a sign for the Prophet to run in. So the match itself gets a wrestling rating of 79, crowd rating of 78, overall rating of 80. Fallen Angel gets a 93 because he's great, and I could argue dumb enough to keep him out of the ring for 5 months, and Redrum gets a 64. So, Prophet and Redrum do the beatdown, and then, Seek and Destroy hits. Sting comes out to make the save, but Raven comes out of nowhere and, nails him with a chair, pulls him up to the, top of the ramp, pulls him up, boom, even flow DDT, and then stands over him with the mic as, as Redrum and Prophet stand over Fallen Angel's body, and Raven begins to speak. Look at you, Stinger, the great hero of WCW, the icon. Is this truly how you want to go out? An old man, grasping at the past, being systematically destroyed by a force far greater than you could ever comprehend? You spent your life saving those who never asked for it, trying to shine a light into the darkness, but let me enlighten you. Darkness doesn't fear the light, it consumes it. It absorbs it. It thrives on it, just like my nest thrives on your pathetic attempts to stand against justice. And Christopher, Fallen Angel, Morningstar, whatever name you choose to choose to hide behind. Deep down, you know who you are. You've always known. You didn't fight your way out of hell. You are cast out. You think the redemption act is real anyway. Sooner or later, you'll always come back to where you belong. They don't expect Sting, and you Sting. You're not fighting against me. You're fighting time itself. How many battles can your body take before it finally goes out? How many wars can you fight for just another fallen hero? There's those who say heroes truly never die, but at Sting, at Fall Brawl, you'll just find out how wrong they are. Show up to this handicap match, and I will prove to you that even heroes must kneel before the inevitable tide of fate. Quote the Raven, nevermore. So the actual Profit and Perform attack gets a 70, Sting's here gets a 68, Raven's attack gets a 71, then Raven's promo gets a friggin' 87. And we were helped by the angle success. Good stuff. And then we're backstage with the heels who do a lot better because, hey, Jamie Noble's a much better promo. Anyway, we got Alex Wreight speaking first, and he says, "Tonight is a night. Tonight we remind everybody why we are superior. Look at us, a collection of wrestling finds from techno wrestling to raw brutality. Each of us represents what the others in that ring cannot achieve. Dominance, perfection, or like to say it, das Wunderbar. You see, can understand you run your mouth for months about how you're actually a better and, you're an a-hole who never quits. But Kenneth, let's face it, what you are is delusional. Every time you step in the ring with me, you've fallen short. Every time you start to my superior wrestling ability, you've been left embarrassed. And at Fall Brawl, it will happen again. This time there will be excuses. You'll see the words I quit because deep down, you know you're not at my level." And, Blair's like, "Truth, killing, think grown up, rough makes you special, think it makes you tough. Kid, I've lived in better warrior, I've been set on fire, I've gone through what you can't even imagine, and I whacked out every damn time at Fall Brawl. In a Fall Canadian match, you're saboting my world, and there's probably some truth. I'm going to drag your sorry ass through every corner of the ring in St. Louis. You're not going to know what hit you." And no success. Let me tell you something about Matt Sydal and Southern Syndicate. Now they're thinking they're on the special, thinking they can run their mouths and get in the ring with Southern Syndicate like that. It ain't no thing. Sal, you're fast, kid, I'll give you that, but speed don't mean squat when you're locked in my guillotine choke. Benjamin, you're the US champion. You're going to be champ for long, boy. At Fall Brawl, it's a triple threat. And all it means, no excuses, no flukes. Just me taking out talent and why the world, why the Syndicate, is the future of WCW. And then Wright aims up forward again. Anderson, Truth, Sydal, Benjamin, they'll all fall, just like everyone else who's dared step in the ring with us. You're looking at the top of this company, the brightest stars, the most dangerous men. And by the end of tonight's main event, at a Fall Brawl, there will be no doubt. You'll learn the same lesson. We are better, smarter, superior. Good stuff. 80 overall for that promo. Because, heels are better promo guys, which is a positive. And the Alex Wright angle idea was a success. So hurrah. And then our match, which is Lizzy Dumas versus Penny Grable. Kind of the blow off for the long Penny Grable taking over Captivation and Lizzy Dumas, breaking off and turning face, which eventually lead to Celine Cartier turning heel. Back and forth match, about 12 minutes, and in the end, Dumas hits the big twist of fate to get the pinfall victory. Wrestling rating of 62, covering a 67, overall rating of 73. And Dumas gets a 60, Penny Grable gets a 64. So actually helped it better. Let's see. Bonus from Arn. Hot crowd. Okay. And post-match, as you expect, the Captivation running for a 3-on-1 attack, but Joni Lawler, Trish Sky makes a save at first, battling, and then Joni Lawler's music hits, and, she comes down to the ring, and the heels scatter, deciding, taking all three women off at the same time is not the best idea. But then, as all three women are standing forward, boom, huge lariat by Joni Lawler on Lizzy Dumas, and then Trish Sky turns around shocked, and then boom, Joni nails her with a big boot, and then Joni Lawler walks away to a big pop. This gets a 66. Captivation gets attacks a 56. Trish making the save gets a 65, and Joni clotheslining both women gets a 71. So good stuff on that. And then we get a Revolution recap focusing on the big post-match brawl between the Babyfaces and the Thrillers, which gets a 75. Then we got our main event, which gets an 87. Yeah, good stuff. Back and forth match. Basically, just in the end, everything breaks down as you expect, but Truth is in the ring, nails Gregory with the consequences, shocking the guy without a match on the pay-per-view takes the pin, and the Babyfaces get a big win before Fall Brawl. Overall wrestling rating of 80. Crowding 76, segment rate of 87. Wright gets an 84. Bully Wright gets an 88. Ray Gordy gets a 59. Noble gets an 82. Truth gets an 82. Anderson gets an 81. Shelton gets an 87. Matt Sydal gets a 74. Good stuff. And yeah. And that gives us an overall show rating of 84. Okay. So yeah, there wasn't that one like super standout like 90 plus angle, but two good angles is really what we needed. So yeah, not the good stuff. Actually, I to report, yay, we made money. Pop recap, yay, we earned pop in Canada. No media scrum. So yeah. So yeah, good stuff. Having a brain fart here. But yeah, just as this loads up. Dooba-dooba-doo. Okay. If you know some rumors out there, this is yikes. Okay, also that is hilarious considering current internet stuff. Tommy Rich has gained power at APW, sure. Let's see here, news. Shelton thinks Jimmy. Yes. Yes, but like he's getting there. W has hired Laz. Interesting. So let's see here. What did Raw do? Raw had Gladiator and Juicy Juice and David Flair defeated Devoid. Dubois, Sandman, and Maven. JBL defeated Matt Classic in a squash. Vampiro defeated Joey Matthews. DDP defeated Carlito Cool. Yep, okay, so... Ooh, okay. I actually do need to go back and make sure people are actually on vacations. Because, yeah, that does not seem like people are on vacations, because DDP should have been let go, which I'll just pretend didn't actually happen. And Mahalo gets the win over Shaniqua. Carnage Carnival gets the win over Steven Richards. And Rated Article get the win over Batista and Moen Regal in the main event in a freaking 97. So, yay for them. So yeah, I'll go over this now just because we are where we are. So Raw, storylines, US title mess is at very hot. New Chosen is at a little cold. Tendon is at hot. Respecting Bjorn is at very hot. One Spot 2 Men is at very hot. Misty Maverick is at a little cold. Lack of Respect's at extremely hot. Foundations Crumbles at hot. Captivating Nitro is at cold. A little cold is the tag title match, which honestly fair. And the Babyface feud is at hot. Yay. And yeah, so our final lineup is here. Final lineup for Brawl is the following. Monty Brown versus Goldberg for the World Championship. The Thrillers defending the World Tag Titles against America's Most Wanted. Shelton Benjamin versus Matt Sydal versus Jamie Noble for the US title. Cassidy Riley versus Jimmy Ray versus Maverick Chance versus Xavier Creed in an elimination match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Celine Cartier versus Gail Kim for the Women's Championship. And then we have Trisha Sky versus Lizzy Dumas versus Joey Lawler in a number one contendership match where the winner gets moved over to Revolution as basically, in exchange for Gail Kim coming over. We have Sting and Fallen Angel versus The Nest in a handicap match. We have Jeff Jarrett and Lance Storm versus The Chosen. Ken Anderson versus Alex Wreight in an I Quit match. And The Truth versus Billy Ray in a Falls Count Anywhere in St. Louis match. A little backstage stuff is basically... there was more matches originally set for this, but one match, I was going to be Evolution versus Young Kazno, but I just didn't believe I built anything up. And I was originally going to set up a women's tag match here, but again, not enough time to build things up, so it is what it is. But I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. Alright, welcome everybody to Revolution live from Austin, Texas, and for a little under 13,000 people, as the show starts out with Paul Heyman in the ring. He says, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Tonight I have the honor, the privilege, nay, the duty of welcoming back the most innovative, dynamic, and downright dangerous athlete to step foot inside a WCW ring. The man who has transited wrestling made it art firm. The man who, not for an act of barbarism by a mayhem-ridden idiot, will be seen here as a called shot holder or even the reigning world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Van Dam. Cue walk as he comes down to the ring. Mixed pop because he's still Rob Van Dam, but also he's been with him for a year. And, Rob takes the mic and says, Wednesday's nights without Mr. Wednesday Night? Bro, talk about boring. Revolution missing something, isn't it? The match might be good, the names might be big, but let's face it, this place is just a little bit less without Rob Van Dam. But Paul, you're right. If it wasn't for Judah Freedom Jesus, I would have been sitting at home for weeks. I've been climbing the ladder at my hand, grabbing that briefcase, and taking my rightful place at the top of the WC Mountain. Again. Instead, I had to sit at home and watch guys like Goldberg Canyon, and now even tonight, Rey Mysterio and your fight would over what should be mine. And hey, Eddie, I see you have that called shot, and we've had our past too. So I think you're the rightful holder either. Because reality is, I am Mr. Wednesday Night, I am Mr. Pay-Per-View, and there's no reason I should not be holding that called shot. Out comes Kurt Angle, and Angle comes down to the ring and says, Rob, for years, hide here. RVD is best for the world. RVD can do things no one else can do. And when I got here to WCW, I thought, okay, maybe he is. Maybe Rob Van Dam is as good as everyone says. But then I watched you lose that world title, and what did you do after that? Did you fight back? Did you step up and prove you're the best? No, Rob. All I've seen is guy whining about things that should be handed to him and siding with the walrus like Heyman. Whining about Macias. Whining about not called shot. You're not Mr. Wednesday Night anymore. You're just Mr. Whiny Little Bitch. Big pop for that. Heyman response is, Kurt, you have no idea what you're talking about. Robin Van Dam concerned himself with the petty quabbles of who the best wrestlers is. Robin Van Dam doesn't need to prove himself against you, or the Thrillers, or anybody else, because Robin Van Dam's above him. He's above you. And he was like, above me? Rob, I'm getting ready to fight, and you're going to make your manager like a coward. You don't even care about the Thrillers, but seriously, they've been running Russod over this company, and okay with that because they don't hold the world title. What happened to you, man? I'm the guy who's to take on anyone, anywhere. And Van Dam pushes his hand away, says, you're not being Kurt. Fine, I got smart. I realize this isn't about fighting for the sake of fighting anymore. This is about making money. This is about being on top. And that means as the Thrillers do their thing while I focus back the world title, so be it. But if you think I'm scared of a real fight, as Van Dam steps up, now this. Next year, right on Revolution, bring your little trainee Tony Santaruni, whatever his name is, and I'll team up with Don Fry, who will show you what a real fight looks like. And Angle takes Mike back and says, you're on Rob. And you'll find out exactly why I'm the best wrestler in the world today, and maybe, just maybe, you'll remember what it actually feels like to step up. Big pop. And so this gets a 90. The payment versus RVD was just a minute, gets a 71. RVD takes about Macias, gets an 85. Angle coming out gets an 86. And then Heyman answering gets an 87. And overall, this gets a 90 because it was great. Because it turns out putting 3 people or good to great on the mic turns out well. And our opening match was, of course, the TV title match. As Sonny Siaki takes on Matt Hardy, things are back and forth. Matt Hardy even hits the twist of fate early, but Siaki is close to the ropes. But eventually what happens is, Siaki nails him with the TV title belt, hits a shoulder breaker on the TV title, kicks the TV title out of the way, and gets a pinfall win over Matt Hardy here on Revolution. Wrestling rating of 73, crowd rating of 65, overall rating of 77. Siaki gets a 69, Hardy gets a 76. And post-match, Siaki celebrates with the TV title to the boos of the crowd, which gets us a 60. Then we're backstage with Angel Fox and Alyssa Alexander, as, Alyssa Alexander said, Angel Fox says, there's something about European Disunion. They all feel like they're untouchable, like they've got this tag division locked down, because they've got a little gold around their waist, but tonight is about the gold, it's about sending a message. A loud, clear, unconventional message that Angel Fox and Alyssa Alexander aren't done yet. We've been at the top of the division, we've carried this division to remind Molly Mayhem, and we've seen Abusive exactly why. And Alyssa said, come a bit better myself. See, being champion is about wearing the belts, about proving every single night that you'd actually deserve them. And that's something Molly and Lucina have yet to show me. Tonight's about showing off or getting revenge for what they pulled last week. Tonight's about dominance, about proving we're still the queens of this division. And hey, if Teddy Long sees the brilliance of what we do out tonight, decides to make it official. If he wants to give us a title shot, who are we to argue? So, Molly and Lucina, get ready to face 2 former women's champions who have a reason to want to kick your ass. And Zach says, that's right. I'll bring the Flash, she'll bring the Brawn, and you guys are just playing out of luck. Big pop for that, as this gets a 60, not bad. And then we got Rey Mysterio Jr. backstage with Amy Weber, as, Amy Weber asked him about the, tap match against Monty Brown, and, Ray says, Amy, for me, every match is a fight, every moment is a chance to prove people wrong. For my whole career, people have told me I'm too small, I'm too fragile, not meant to sit in the ring as giants like Monty Brown. You know what? Every single time, I've shown them just how wrong they are. I faced giants before. Kevin Nash, the Giant, and others. I shocked the world before, and tonight Monty Brown's going to learn what everyone else learns. I don't get counted out. I don't get brushed off. You can call me an underdog. You can call me whatever you want. But you can call me after tonight as the man who handed Monty Brown a loss just days before one of the biggest WCW events of the year. And Amy's like, Monty Brown sees a speed bump, just in the message. And Ray's like, he can say whatever he wants. But if he was on fire, lights it up like never been. Monty Brown can talk all he wants about being the alpha male. But he forgets one thing, not about size, it's about heart, it's about the fight inside. And there's one thing I've proven time and time again is I had the biggest heart in this business. And look, I know Monty's thinking about Goldberg, thinking about Fall Brawl, but he's making a mistake. Because while he's thinking about Sunday, I'm thinking about right here, right now. He's got all the strengths, all the power, but I got the speed, the technique, and most importantly, I've got the people. These fans believe in me, and that makes me unstoppable. And, Amy asks, like, this is about proving Monty wrong, about erasing some of your own doubts. And Ray's like, you're right. About a year ago, I was on top of the world. I was the WCW World Champion, and I feel like I finally silenced all the doubters, but all slipped away so fast. Monty's right about one thing: I couldn't keep the belt. I lost it, and for a long time, I questioned even if I deserved it in the first place. Then I remembered something. I remembered how I got here. I remembered all the battles, all the sacrifices. And I was up holding belts for months or years. I was about to fight to get there. It was about the moments that made the fans believe me, believe in what I can do. Whether it was in front of a crowd in Tijuana almost a decade ago, when I first showed up here and nobody in the audience knew me, and I brought them on my side in one night, or rising up, winning titles, and finally getting that shot at the world title. Tonight, Monty Brown is going to feel that same fight. And yeah, he can call himself the baddest man on the planet and try to say he's going to pounce me, but Monty's power, his strength, that's his game. But me, I'm going to change the rules. I make him fight on my terms. He can try to pounce me all he wants, but he's not going to have a chance if he can't catch me. And when he's too busy trying to catch me, that's when I'll strike. Because the thing is, even the king of the jungle gets taken down sometimes. And it's not always by who you expect. So Monty, bring everything you got. Bring your power, your strength, your pounce. And I'm bringing my heart, my soul, everything that makes me Rey Jr. And I'm just going to shock the world and why I'm the best to ever step in this ring. Unfortunately, a 72, which let me think here. Okay, poor gimmick. And I guess no specific, what's the word I'm looking for here? No specific storyline, really. So not the end of the world. But still, solid promo. I would rate it higher. Then again, I said it, so of course I would. Then we move forward. As we got a complete squash match. As Danger and Blight, of course, kill Tracy Taylor and Ashley Lane up from Developmental here in under 3 minutes. Alexa Blight hits the what did I rename it? Blightbound? There we go. Which is just, like I said, the not head scissors, but the basically, sort of like pulling it for a torture rack into the big backbreaker. And that takes under 3 minutes. Complete squash. First rating of 45, crowd rating of 37, second rating of 46. Tracy gets a 39, Lane gets a 34, Danger gets a 64, Bright gets a 45, and the storyline idea was deployed and was a success. So that's a positive. And then just what it looks like, Blight is going to go for another Blightbound. In comes out of the crowd the social scene for the first time, really, since they were taken out by Allie Danger and who we didn't know was Alexa Blight at the time. In come they come. Roxy goes after Danger. And then, she grabs Danger. She grabs Allie, picks her up, boom, implant DDT. Blight goes after her, but Allie Danger slips in from behind. Big stunner, brings her down, and both women escape to the back to a big pop. It seems like they've made a, moment here. And prove they're back. So decent little, angle here as we move forward here on Revolution. Now we're backstage with Booker T, but no Charmel. So ignore that good pairing. Anyway, Amy says, Booker, you're not scheduled for a match, but we're going to talk about the contention between you and Keaton Sharp. Booker's like, Amy, I'm doing a lot of thinking. Also searching. Truth is, I'm tired of people doubting me. I heard these young punts like Keaton Sharp thinking they can run their mouths and destroy everything I've built. Keaton, you've been poking the bear for weeks now. You've been running your mouth, throwing cheap shots, trying to get in my head. But next week, I'm calling you out one-on-one. No excuses, no distractions. I'm doing this for me. I'm just around everyone, including my own wife, who I am. I'm the man who made it Starcade. I'm the man who held the World Heavyweight Championship 6 times. I've been tag team champion over 10 times. I've been the heart and soul of WCW for years. And yeah, Charlotte might have meant what she said last week. She might not believe in right now, but I'm here too because I believe in myself. So Keaton, you think you got all the answers. You think you're some kind of mastermind playing games with me and my family. Next week when it's up in the ring, you're going to learn real quick. You're dealing with some washed-up has-been. You're dealing with Booker T. Now, can you dig that, Secca? Good promo, setting things up for next week. Then we move forward. As we have Ray LePen basically destroying Dean Malenko in like 5 minutes. Malenko's just like running out his wrestling contract, honestly. I mean, he's still not terrible, but just sort of like a complete squash here. Like, Malenko gets a little bit of offense in, but just Lepin just throws him around and gets the pin in about 5 minutes. Lepin gets friggin' 89, Malenko gets a 45, so yeah, Lepin, honestly, could be like a main eventer, which is kind of insane. And then Lepin takes the mic, and he says, Malenko, ladies and gentlemen, man of 1,000 holds, Iceman himself, and how long did it take me to beat him? 5 minutes. But you see, that's what happens when you step in the ring with the biggest international talent in WCW today. Now you don't have to like it, but you can't deny it. Week after week, I'm proving why I'm the future of this company. But there's one thing missing, one little piece of gold that needs to be back around my waist, and that's the U.S. Championship. John Benjamin, you're a hell of an athlete. Hell, you're probably one of the best pure wrestlers on the roster. But let's not kid ourselves here, buddy. The only reason you hold that title is I haven't had my rematch yet. I'm the greatest international wrestler this company has ever seen. I've been all around, from Cape Town to Tokyo, and wherever I go, people know the name Rilla Penn. Can you say this name, Shelton? So what I'm saying, Shelton, I know you got your little triple threat match coming up Fall Brawl. Once you're done, you better be ready, because I'm coming for you. When I get my hands on you, there's not a damn thing you can do to stop me. So good, big promo, 85. As we move forward. As then we're backstage with Monty Brown, and he's WCW world title is over his shoulder. He says, Rey Mysterio Jr., one of the greatest of all time, high flying phenom, the man who defies the odds, right? David in full world for Goliath. It's a great story, Ray, but the office tendency doesn't deal in fairy tales. It deals in reality. And reality is, Ray, this ain't your moment. Your moment came and went. You started made history, shocked the world. But now you're just a speed bump in my Serengeti, a roadblock on my path to dominance. This gold right here is more than a championship. It's a symbol of power, control, and dominance. And Ray, as long as I hold this, your dreams world champion are just going to stay that, dreams. Because while you're flying high and thinking how you'll defy the odds again, you'll find what it means to meet a real predator in the wild. Tonight you're already about to feel it. You're about to feel the pounce. So just a short promo here. This gets a 69. And then we cut backstage where Ray and where Paul Heyman and RVD are backstage as RVD's against basically backing up against the side of the arena. He says, "Look, Heyman, are you sure about this? I mean, Fry, you saw what Messi did to him. He couldn't get the job done. Now I'm throwing him a tag match with me against Angle and Cinderella. I'm not here to babysit Paul." And Heyman's like, Rob, trust me, okay? Fry's a professional, a killer. He's got nothing to lose, and that makes him dangerous. Look, I know he fell short against Macias, but hell, everybody falls short against Macias. This is about sending a message about showing Kurt Angle and his little protege they don't belong in the same ring as the greatest professional in the world, Rob Van Dam. And Van's like, I hear you, but if Fry screws this up, it's on you. I've got my eyes on the bigger picture, the call shot, the world title. I don't need distractions. And he was like, you don't have any distractions. You let me worry about Fry, and you're doing what you do best, stealing a show. Because next week, when you and Fry take down Angle on his little lapdog, Spotlight will be right where it belongs on RVD. And then we have Angel Fox and Alyssa Alexander taking on European Disunion. Back and forth match, but eventually... Ooh, interesting, she didn't use the Kudo Driver, but yeah, she used Kudo Driver. Back and forth match. Mayhem does her brawling, Busek does her technical stuff, but come back. Fox is a little bit fighting over herself. Eventually, Alexander gets Mayhem up, and boom, Kudo Driver. 1, 2, 3. Decent match, wrestling rate of 69, crowd rating of 60, same rate of 81. Alexander gets a 65, Fox gets a 77, Mayhem gets a 62, and Busek gets a 74. And then, Fox and Alexander celebrate, and Angel basically points at Nikita post-match, and that gets a 75. And then, we have an Austin Aries coming down to the ring because, that's what he would do. And he says, look around, folks, take it in. You're witnessing greatness in progress. The fastest rising star in all of WCW, Austin Aries, tonight. I get my shot to prove something, not just all of you, but to myself. You see, for too long, I've been overlooked. I've been the guy people were sprouting back saying, oh, he's good, but he's not quite there yet. Well, newsflash, I am there. And tonight against AJ Styles, I'm going to prove that it should have been me in the spotlight all along. You all call AJ the face that runs his place, and yeah, he's got accolades. He's held gold, but AJ is held represents a guy who is not quite as good as me. So tonight I'm just going to beat AJ Styles. I'm going to embarrass him. Tonight I try with company should start putting their bets on a double. Boo. Then we go on to the actual match. Oh, whoops. Okay, that should have been switched around. Ignore it. Anyway, so what happened before that is we're backstage with, Kurt Angle, Tony Santarelli and Cookie, and Angle's like, Tony, listen up. Next week is your moment. Your chance to prove the world that you're just not some guy who's just rising up, not some protege for an Angle, but a future star in this business. You're working your ass off, and next week all that work is going to pay off when you start the ring with RVD and Fry. And Kurt's like, I appreciate everything you've done to you, but next week I'm just going to prove it to the world. I'm going to prove it to you. RVD's a legend, sure, but he's also cocky. He's understanding me and Fry. Look, he's a tough SOB, but I'm ready to shock him as well. And I'm like, that's spirit. Remember, that's about you. It's about sending a message to the thrillers, taking them in the locker room, thinks they can run rough sod over the show. Next week, we go out there, no interference, no BS, no thrillers, idiocy. We wrestle, and we take care of business. Because it's true. It's damn true. And now hopefully we have the actual match. Okay. I mean, that's about as good as you can get from a 9-minute match. All out. Aries gets his spots, and he might even hit the brainbuster or go for the brainbuster late. Or no, he goes for the brainbuster, he hits it, he goes for 450. AJ gets his knees up, and that starts the finishing sequence. Following a forearm, salt DDT, all the kicks he does. Styles Clash, 1, 2, 3. About 9 minutes, and AJ gets the win here. Roasting rating of 76, crowd rating of 63, and a wall rating of 80. AJ gets a 93 because he's great, and Aries gets a 60. Anything too bad? Nope, just the short match length, which I sort of expected. And then post-match, AJ Styles makes the mic and says, Cash for weeks, I've read your mouth about me, how it's been you, how your money, and all that, but here's the thing. I've worked for every damn thing I've earned in this business. You think I didn't start at the bottom like you? Think I'd have to fight to make a name for myself? If you want to prove something, stop whining and step in the ring with me. Next week, I'll give you the opportunity to back up everything you've been saying. Let's see if cash is worth more than pocket change when you get in the ring with the face that runs this place. Cue Cash coming out and saying, AJ, you don't get it, do you? You can stand there, talk about your hard work and all that, but let's be real. Your name is on the marquee because management loves to go to avoid me. I've been overlooked, disrespected, and held back. Next week, I'm just going to beat you. I show everybody why it should have been me all along. It's also like, then why wait, Cash? You got something to prove. I'm right here. And AJ turns to play the crowd. But Cash jumps from behind. He, kicks him a few times, picks him up, and drills him with the dead level, jumping brainbuster, and then stands over him as the crowd boos, as this gets a 73. So the Styles in-ring part got a 74, Cash coming out at 69, and the attack also got a 69 for an overall of a 73. Good stuff. And then we have Amy Weber with the social scene. And, Amy basically asked me, you came back, attacked, them. And, Nikki's like, because enough is enough. That's why I came back. We've been waiting, biding our time. Danger and Blight thought they could take us out, leave us for dead, and just move on. Not a chance. And then Amy steps in and says, they've just in parking lots, hallways, whatever they could do with it. But guess what? We're still standing. Tonight, remember why social scene is just a name. We're fighters. We're former women's tag team champions. And, and then Nikki says, you see, Amy, we're not stupid. We know they're dangerous. We know Blight is a dominant monster and LA Danger is a conniving little snake. But here's the thing. They think they're on top because we're willing to do whatever it takes. Guess what? We're ready to go there as well. And I was like, you're right. See, they're ruthless, but we're not exactly pushovers. People forget what we went through in this division. We faced teams just as tough, and we've gone on top. And, Nikki, and, Amy asks what's next for social scene. Nikki's like, in simple faces, one-on-one, tag team versus tag team in a fair fight. No sneak attacks, no ambushes, just you two versus us two. And then Annie Vidal says, because if you think they're going to bully our way to the top of the fight, they don't have anything coming. You see, we might like to party, we might like to show off what God gave us, but we've got the skills to back it up, and that's why we're from our champs, and that's why Danger and Blight should be worried. So, get in the ring with us, and we'll show you a good time. 64, not a bad promo, as things advance with this storyline. And then we got our Nitro recap, focusing on the big 8-man main event. And then we're backstage with Thrills backstage as they talk about the tag title match. Basically, Palumbo's like, let's talk about Sunday Boys. It's not about any pay-per-view. We're reminding the entire world that WCW is a house that the Thrillers run, and it's where AMW learns that there's a reason this company revolves around us. And Palumbo points them, you boys, you got it easy. Aren't wanted, fake cowboys, you've been living off their past glory. You're bigger, you're stronger, you're smarter, they don't stand a chance. And they're like, you're damn right. And I was running their mouth for weeks, talking about how they're, champs so many times. It doesn't matter. All those titles just mean you lost the belts that many times. And after Sunday, there'll just be a couple of losers without even another title reign. And Plum then says Fall Brawl is about winning, boys, about sending a message to everyone. And then stop the thrillers. That message is there's no unstopping the unstoppable. And, so Jinrock says, so AMW, bring whatever you can. Bring everything you got, because it won't be enough. After Fall Brawl, we'll still have these belts, and the thrillers will still run this show. Not the best promo, but, has sort of a bad role, but still gets 67. Then our main event gets an 81. Oof. Oh, shit, I forgot to throw the story on. Okay, that's on me. See, these are the things you forget about. But yeah, great match. Because, hey, look at these two. It's exactly the match you'd expect. Back and forth. Ray plays underdog. Monty Brown throws him around. But, eventually Ray gets a couple of big hits in, and he even, gets the big 619. He goes up for that West Coast pop, but Monty catches him. Boom. Sit down powerbomb. Ray gets up. Boom. Big lariat. Press slam. Ray stumbles up. Boom. Pounce. 1, 2, 3. And Monty Brown wins cleanly a few days before Fall Brawl. Wrestling rate of 90, crowd rating of 87, overall rating of 81. Monty gets an 84, Rey Mysterio gets a 96. Again, if I was going just by pure numbers, what the booking would be like, but it is what it is. I like my stories. We get an overall rating of 83. Okay. So, yeah, so far, oh, right, forgot about the financial report. Yay, money. Yay, pop. So, yeah, not bad. Again, probably would have been a couple points more if we would have thrown the storyline on that last match. And you notice I didn't include any thriller stuff because that was sort of the main story of the last show, and I wanted to sort of start to build things for next week because obviously Fall Brawl is coming up, and then we'll begin the road to Halloween Havoc, which is a Revolution show. So there'll be plenty there as far as thrillers and babyface stuff goes with there. Let's see here, 01. Okay, sure. B. Richard is that. Interesting. D-Ray 3000 got an argument with Mitch Franklin. Good for you. But, what? Okay. IWPR, just let me see. Perry Saturn versus Julio Estrada. Dealer Brown versus Jesus Kilo Jr. Ernest Miller and the Demon. Midian. Harris Brothers. Yeah, this is where all the bad wrestlers from late era WCW went. Oh yeah, this is always interesting. Midwestern Indie Wrestling. So Merrick Brave. And then we have independent wrestling from Phoenix, including the Young Bucks. These kids, they won't ever do anything in this business. West Side Players, Alexander Atkinson, who's a regen, who's getting some work. Alex Kozov versus Monster Mammoth, who's a regen, who's getting some work. Interesting stuff. Mike Knox. Again, another guy from Nothing Will Happen. Sorry, just got a little distracted here. But yeah, if we look at a quick storyline check, so US title mess is now very hot. The Palumbo Kane Angle feud is at a very hot. Now Sorrowful Call is up to cold at least, which is a increase. Mercenary Moves is at a hot. Matt Wants a Belt is at hot, ironically. Legendary is at hot. Expanding Horizons is hot, and Lightman is hot. So good stuff. But yeah, if we look at the WWF, they had SmackDown. We had Rikishi defeating Tony Mamaluke, Beth Phoenix defeating Taylor Matheny, Val Venus defeating Crash Holly, Christian defeating Just Incredible, in a freaking 85, sure. All Money Laz, by the way, yeah. Laz, who, I don't know, people might not know this who were following the indies back then. Laz's gimmick was basically, yeah, sort of over-the-top gay gimmick, but not really some plausible deniability. Interesting, he got signed mainly because he was basically in Wild and got over, so we'll see how long he lasts. But he with Brock Lesnar and Scott Steiner take on All Money, Aaron Cartwright, and The Outcast, which that got an 88. Chris Benoit defeated Farouk in the main event. Shawn Michaels and Skyfall Cave Lawman did The Undertaker and The Big Show in a 99. So that's that. So if we go to RDev Fed, American Wrestling Queens, AWQ Weekly, Carly Chambers defeated Catherine Mendoza in a Battle of Regions. Josie, Michelle McCool, Amazing Khan defeat Tracy Taylor, Lane Trinisha in a 52. Lane Hasaki defeats Salvador Ray, and Portia Perez is still your AW champion. NBA Wildside has been doing NBA Wildside things. Riley Durte versus John J. Dutt, that's already up to a 48. Kurt Stallings defeated Brian Danielson, interestingly. Lazarus and Onyx defeated John Phoenix, Jason Cross. And then if we look at the weekly house show, Stalling versus Bertel got a 60. Major, Hoyt, and Burke defeated Morgan, Danielson, and Perkins. And Sanjay defeated Jones. And that's about it. If we look over at the HWA Weekly. Oh, I didn't even notice this. Alex Shelley walked out. That's interesting. Who's he now working for? Okay, so just Impact and Ring of Honor. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Ryan Drago's there. Chris Medorsky's there. Jimmy Jacobs is there. Thrasher's there, weirdly. Matt Stryker's still there. And then, of course, we got OVW. Weekly Loop. Miss Naturals. Southern Tag Titles. Trailer Park Trash. Evelyn Chambers. So, yeah. And Saturday, Peter, Shaggy Judo, all that fun stuff. So then, if we look at the rest of the wrestling world, we had the news. We go back to last Wednesday. Oh, right, there was a big show. I forgot about that until I just saw it. All right, so if we look at stuff, let's see here. Impact was main event by Carson Sin and Al Snow defeating Lex Luger and Jerry Lynn. Hulk Hogan defeated Pat Buck. And yeah, that's about it of really of note. So, CML had their anniversary show in front of 12,000 people at Arena Mexico, and it had included La Parca, Latin Lover, and Joker defeated Mascara Divina, Magica, and Zubito by DQ. Best person there was Latin Lover by a lot. We had Tina Lee Jr., Mr. Liebly, and Apollo Dante defeated Liz Mark Jr., Pedro de Soto, and Rebelde in a 79. Best guy here was Liz Mark Jr. We had Darkner Wagner Jr. and Negro Casas and El Dandy defeat Mystico, Loki, and La Sombra. So yes, Mystico, Loki, and La Sombra, who, is, if you know who he turns into, you know who he turns into, which is very interesting. That's a very interesting tag team. Mystico's already getting 84s. Wagner Jr. is getting 77s. Then we had Ultimo Guerrero defeating Aerostar. Electroshock defeating Ray Bucanero. Heavy Metal defeating Archangel de Muerte in an 88. Octagon defeating Amizo Negro and Black Warrior in an 88. In the main event, Shocker defeating El Hijo del Phasma in a 91. So there you go. That's CML's biggest show of the year. And I think, a Battle for Integrity. We had Jerry Lynn defeat Marcus Meltec. Logan Kane, Perry Saturn, and Julio De Niro defeat Shane Ballard, Matt Striker, and David Young. John Fee defeating Brian Logan. John Walters defeating Brian Gamble. Tyler Baton defeating Vito Tomaselli. The City of the Indies when we've stolen everything. Well, us, WWE, Impact to a certain extent, and Japan, really. And as you saw, Mexico. And yeah, that's really it as far as big show. Yeah, either way, Puerto Rico, which is show you. So, that's it. Again, next up will be Fall Brawl. And again, one last time to show you the full lineup, or the so far announced full lineup. Goldberg versus Monty Brown, Gilkin versus Lee Cartier, Jared Storm versus Chosen, Henderson versus Alex Wreight in I Quit match, Sydal versus Noble versus Benjamin, triple threat for the U.S. title, Chance versus O'Reilly versus Rave, versus Xavier Creed in an elimination match, O'Hare and Ninja Rock versus AMW for the tag title, Sting Fallen Angel versus The Nest in a handicap match, Truth versus Billy Ray, Falls County Aware in St. Louis, and Trish Guy versus Johnny Illiner versus Lizzy Dumas in a triple threat match, where the winner goes over to Revolution to complete the trade for Gail Kim and gets a title shot at Halloween Havoc. And that is it. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else at all to think about, but I believe that's it. So if you enjoyed this show, go ahead and give it a like. Comment below what you're liking and not liking, and of course subscribe to the channel for plenty of this series. And as I think I said before at the end of last series, I will be beginning a new series. I think this week, maybe next week, where basically the idea is basically in the Cornell verse, what if TCW, instead of being booked like you want, which is basically aimed at the hardcore wrestling fan, gets taken over by its owners in Brico, which are a toy company and moves more towards sports entertainment. This is really just a way for me to try to book towards not exactly what I don't like, but a way to not book TCW the same way and just see if different people can, work well in that company in different ways. Just sort of like a way to test myself and to see if the game will work around it. But anyway, that's all for now. So talk to you later. Adios. Have a good one.